Hey all! So today I'm here with my
Amiibo!
Amiibos. You guys seem to love when I've done collection videos like the Funko's ones. I thought let's do some more. So what's better than to talk about Nintendo's entrance into the Toys of Life series? Now, am I concerned about my ridiculous collection of plastic figures? No, I need more. I haven't completed the Smash Bros. Ones yet. Or the Splatoon set, I'm missing 3 there. So I'm going to carry on collecting. It's fine. My concern, however, is that Nintendo seems to be unofficially at the moment reducing down on where they're producing Amiibo. So back on the Wii U, back on this beautiful device, when they announced Amiibo, first for Smash Brothers with good old Mario, they just came for every game. So we got them for Smash, we got them for Splatoon, we got them for Yoshi's Woolly World. Even the Skylanders game that came out on the Wii U got these really cool Amiibo Skylander figures. And they were seeming to be booming everywhere. We come over to the Switch, and for Splatoon 2, we do get more figures. So it seemed like we were in a good life. Over on the 3DS, Detective Pikachu got his release. You needed this device to be able to actually connect to the 3DS, however. So it did seem fine. But over the last 2 years, it's become obvious of the burn down. So like the Diablo 3 Loot Goblin was one of the last non-Smash Bros. Amiibos to be released. I haven't seen any real new Amiibos announced. They didn't announce any for Fire Emblem. They didn't announce them for Crafted World. They haven't announced them for any of the upcoming games. Like Astro Chain would be a great place to chuck some Amiibo figures in. They're not announced. I really am convinced that when the waves of Smash Bros. Amiibos finish, we're not going to see any new Amiibo figures, which is a real shame because one, I can't get enough of these figures, and two, they had some interesting usage, and I think it was pretty cool. So let's first off talk about the Smash Bros. Ones, because this is my biggest collection, and there's a good reason for it. On Smash Bros., any of these wonderful little figures, when you touch them down on the case of the Wii U pad, it was on the NFC reader here. On the case of the Pro Controller, it was on this lovely little guy. What they would do is they would bring in a Amiibo fighter for you. And that Amiibo fighter could get up to level 50. Not level 9 like the normal CPUs, but level 50. In addition to that, because of the AI built into these guys, they would learn your move styles and create counter attacks. So the stronger they got, the more efficient they got at doing this, until eventually at level 50 you started having a fair challenge on your hand. It felt close to, but not quite playing against a real player. So this is a great way of training in Smash Bros. And it's a great use of the figures. However, we go over to Splatoon, and where we got these figures, and all they sadly did, was save down costume and unlock costume pieces. And maybe they unlocked some songs, so that made it interesting. But then when we came to Splatoon 2, they're just extra costumes, which is a bit sad, really. Over on Woolly's World, these guys again were just costume unlocks. However, they worked in Smash Brothers as the Smash characters. This Inkling will work as an Inkling in Smash Brothers now as well, so that's great. Over on the Mario Brothers range, you could use these in Mario Party. They produced playable characters there and CPU characters. They weren't that skilled though, so it wasn't that much of a challenge, which is again a shame. Not well established. Loot Goblin summons a Loot Goblin in Diablo. That's pretty cool for just like choosing your way through, but again, it's not an amazing use of it. This was pretty cool, although I do have my own concerns about it. Basically, in Twilight Princess, Wolf Link would give you a hard mode dungeon crawl, and also in Breath of the Wild, you got a similar unlock. My concern is that these are unlocked by buying the figure, so this was DLC basically, locked behind a toy. So I have a bit of an issue there. These open up some lovely skins in Super Mario Maker on the Wii U, but they don't do anything in Mario Maker 2. Hashtag bring back the skins. Honestly, we need those back. We got Shovel Knight, who was our first non-Nintendo amiibo, which opened up the door to obviously Loot Goblin, and we've got what's his name from Dead Souls. So there's only 3 of the non-Nintendo ones. Hopefully we get more, but I'm not holding out hope. He unlocked an extra Shovel Knight character, so basically like a 2-player style mode, but the other one was CPU controlled. No, it wasn't CPU controlled. Sorry, it cloned you. So you would have 2 of you on screen and 1 action doing everything. You got the Animal Crossing amiibos for this really terrible, basically Animal Crossing's Mario Party game. Don't buy it. I will be doing a video on it at some point just to explain why it's bad. We also did get amiibo cards out of Amiibo Festival. And the amiibo cards, this was not the only time they did amiibo cards. They also did it for Strikers, one of the Mario Sport games. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, overall, it's a shame that basically we got these figures and all they did in every other game was just unlock either item drops or skins. It's a real shame. They could have done more. I would love to have seen more AI ones. Like, could you imagine it creating a Mario Kart, either giving you ghost tracks or preferably new CPU Mario Kart players that actually got stronger and better, forcing you to have to get better? That would have been interesting. So yeah, have you got amiibos? Who are your favourites? What do you think about them? Drop that in the comments below. My favourites, well, I mean, Pikachu is my first amiibo. This guy started all of this when he came out in Wave 1 alongside Mario for Smash Bros. Always going to be one of my favourites. Detective Pikachu comes in second. Look at this guy. He's my biggest amiibo. It's hilariously big. I love him. The only thing that's bigger than this amiibo is the giant Yarn Yoshi, which is I think about this big, making it the biggest amiibo that there is. I don't have that in my set, sadly. This guy is probably one of my favourites from Breath of the Wild, and the fact that he's opposable is just beautiful. I think they could have gone a little bit further by having the head move and by making the paint actually glow. In its early releases, there was a lot of posts online going on about how he glows in the dark, and then it was revealed that somebody had basically painted over in glow-in-the-dark paint and had basically done something that I haven't seen done since Pokemon Red and the schoolyard gossip of all these little ways of doing things that were never true. It was kind of a surprise. What else? What else? I mean, I love my 8-bit figures. I think Link and Mario here are just awesome. They're so well crafted and done. I do love them. Wolf Link is always going to be a favorite of mine. I love Wolf Link. But I mean the Yarn Yoshis, you know, hand knitted Yoshi figures with their amiibo pieces. That's really cool. Mr. Game & Watch was probably one of the more interesting amiibos when he dropped, because you could take him out and put in different versions of himself. I'll put that in the wrong way. Yeah, I think that was really cool. You can buy actually dummy bases just so that all 4 of them are in bases. So that's pretty cool. But you know, my one that I use a lot, or my 2 that I use a lot, actually no, my 3 that I use a lot are my links. I pretty much usually main as link, and so this is a good thing to fight against, to get used to and see different ways of using the character in combat. And then my other one that I like is my Rob. As you can see, I have 2 Robs. You've got Famicom Rob and NES Rob, the 2 different types of Rob that were made. So yeah, um, I think that's really it for talking about my amiibos. So as I said, have you got amiibos? Who are your favourite amiibos? Drop them in the comments below. Do you have any other overly large collections? And actually, no, I'm not done. What am I on about? I'm just distracting myself. I wanted to quickly mention, obviously, this was Nintendo's foray into Toys of Life, and this actually kicked off when Disney's venture of the Toys of Life figures, you know, such as good old Cap here from the last Disney Infinity 3, they had died. They had cancelled themselves. Nintendo comes out with the Amiibo. This was a great marketing moment for them. Skylanders was coming to its end as well at that point. Okay, Skylanders did get one more game out on the Switch before they gave up. And of course, you know, we've got the new kind of Toys to Life from Ubisoft. Now, this one's a good one to talk about because this here was originally designed as an idea of an Amiibo with inside Nintendo, but they decided that this would cost too much to make as an Amiibo and would be too complicated to have it changing easily. So what they wanted it to do was not just morph this way, where it can go between brakes and speed, but for it also to be able to morph into its walker and tank forms, which would have been the most cool Amiibo I could imagine. But I do agree with him, it would have cost a lot to make. We would have paid an arm and a leg for it. It wouldn't have gone too well. I guess one of the good things about Nintendo seeming to calm down and be giving up on the Amiibo is that the scalper market is dead as well on this. So they're coming down in price and becoming a bit more reasonable for some of them. So like, I'm going to be able to go out and get Rosalina, who is my last of the Mario set that I need to grab. I need to grab some more of the Fire Emblem crew, which I'm missing. I do have, however, all of the Pokemon that have been released so far. Obviously, we've got more coming up with Bulbasaur and Squirtle. So hopefully we'll be able to get them. I've got a whole lot of Zelda ones to get, which I ended up missing out on, the anniversary edition ones, which is a shame. And I will pick those up at some point too. So yeah, no, that definitely is where we're wrapping it. So thank you for watching. Have an absolutely great day. Get into those comments. Let's talk about these wonderful figures. Did you collect the Disney Infinity or Skylanders as well? Do you think that maybe there's still a market there for Toys to Life? I mean, there could be. I'm not entirely sure. I would like to believe there is. And yeah, until next time, keep it geeky. Kingdom right now. Ah.